After publishing our video on Wednesday 23rd, setting out how Charles Roper doped Max in Bahrain, we decided to visit Martin Brundle's Sky Sports F1 column to see what he had to say. The link to the full article is provided at the top of this screen, and the relevant excerpts from Brundle's article are provided at the end of this video. We have to admit that it took us longer than usual to produce this short video, because we kept cracking up over Brundle's shamelessness. Contrary to the events that played out during the race, and the critical reviews of Max's performance by numerous pundits, outside the Sky Sports Maxipad bubble, Brundle's article did not contain any criticism of Max. Despite the fact that Gopher's article was published 3 days after Charles had, in his post-race interview, informed Brundle and the whole world that he deliberately braked early to allow Max to overtake, so that he could use the upcoming DRS to slingshot past him on 3 occasions. Significantly, on the 3rd occasion, the dummy was so sublime that Max, who ended up overshooting the corner, flat-spotted his tyres and Charles did not need the DRS to retake the lead. Brundle, the ex-F1 driver turned pundit, never stopped to reflect that after buying the first dummy, Max should have revised his strategy and stayed behind going into the first corner, so he could use the second DRS zone to overtake, just like Charles had done to him, and then with his supposedly superior straight-line speed, he should have been able to stay so far ahead of Charles going back into turn 1, that Charles would be unable to use the DRS to overtake him. Instead of criticizing Max's naivety, Brundle engaged in some brown-nosing, by cravenly suggesting that Max overtaking Charles going into turn 1 was inevitable, because of Max's speed and ability to brake late. In another demonstration of craven bootlicking, Brundle's article completely gaslighted the fact that Max had not been smart enough at the safety car restart, despite the fact that numerous independent online and print media had heavily criticized Max for this. Critically, during his live commentary, Brundle fawningly described Max coming up alongside Charles as Max's favorite move, just before it dawned on Brundle that by doing so, Max had compromised his entry into the approaching corner. In yet another demonstration of craven toadying, Brundle's article did not criticize Max for wrongly and angrily blaming team orders for his failure to undercut Charles during the first 2 pit stops. Even though Brundle's colleague, Ted Kravitz, had informed them during the race that Max's opinion was wrong, and Charles had confirmed this in his post-race interview. Despite all of the above, which we have set out in greater detail in our previous video, the Brundle article contained no criticism of Max whatsoever. However, Gopher went to great lengths to downplay Charles' dominance over Max. He went to even greater lengths to gaslight the fact that Charles successfully sold him and Max the same dummy 3 times in succession, by disingenuously describing the overtaking from his assumptions of the perspective of both drivers. Despite avoiding any obvious criticism of Max, Brundle nevertheless attempted to launder Max's image, by representing that he had moderated his driving style from last year, and outrageously attempted to smear Charles instead. It is quite clear that as far as Max is concerned, Brundle, some of his colleagues and bosses at Sky Sports, can see no evil, hear no evil, or speak no evil. Here are the relevant Brundle quotes for your kind attention.